Moderator nanti dipandu acaranya dengan Miss Nida ya di acara inti nanti ya. Let's talk, learn English through stories. Betul nggak ya? Mudah-mudahan betul ya. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Kita panjatkan puji syukur kita kepada Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala yang telah memberikan kita begitu banyak nikmat, terutama nikmat iman dan nikmat sehat ya dalam masa sekarang ini. Mudah-mudahan kita diberikan kesehatan semua ya.
Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Amin ya rabbal alamin. Salawat dan salam kita curahkan kepada Nabi kita, tauladan kita, junjungan kita, idola kita, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, ya beserta umatnya. Semoga kita termasuk ke dalam orang-orang yang nantinya akan diberikan syafaat oleh Nabi Muhammad di yaumil akhir nanti. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Ya, yang kami hormati Ibu Kepala Sekolah SDIT As-Saadah, Ibu Intan Sari Husnul Khotimah, SSI, beserta Ibu Wakil Kepala Sekolah Bidang Kurikulum, Ibu Siska Ferdiani, SPD, dan Ibu Wakil Kepala Sekolah Bidang Kesiswaan, Ibu Dina Anggraini, SPD. Ya, yang kami hormati pula Miss Nida Madiha, dan tamu istimewa kita belum hadir juga ya Miss Nida ya. Nanti kita akan berbincang-bincang dengan Mr. Cook ya. Ya, terima kasih juga kepada anak-anakku yang sudah mau meluangkan waktunya di pagi hari ini ya untuk mencari ilmu ya. Semoga nanti ya materi yang akan disampaikan bermanfaat buat kalian semua. Ya, tak lupa juga saya hormati panitia acara kelas 6 ini dan para guru kelas 6 yang sudah hadir di kegiatan kali ini. Ya, baik, kita mulai saja acara kita ini dengan membaca basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya, selanjutnya mari kita dengarkan tilawah Al-Quran yang akan dibacakan oleh Ananda Amira Irdina Nafisa Ayu dan sari tilawah dalam bahasa Inggris ya, yang akan dibacakan oleh Ananda Asya Ulin Nuha. Ya, Bu Andri persilakan, Amira dan Nuha.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد كان في قصصهم عبرة لأولي الألباب ما كان حديثا يفترى ولكن تصديق الذي بين يديه وتفصيل كل شيء وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون صدق الله العظيم.
In the name of Allah, the most precious, most merciful. There was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding. Never was the Quran a narration invented, but a confirmation of what was before it and a detailed explanation of all things and guidance and mercy for a people who believe.
Ya, baik. Terima kasih kepada Amira dan Nuha, Masya Allah ya. Kita sudah mendengarkan ayat-ayat suci Al-Quran. Semoga menambah keberkahan dalam acara ini ya. Ya, semoga yang membaca dan mendengarkan juga mendapatkan rahmat dari Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Ya, baik. Selanjutnya kita dengarkan sambutan dari Kepala Sekolah Intan Sari Husnul Khotimah. Kami persilakan Bu Intan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'da. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. How are you today, guys?
I'm fine.
Fine, thank you.
Okay.
And you?
Very well, thank you. I think we are nervous, yeah, waiting for Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, where are you? We are waiting for you. Okay, first of all praise to Allah, the most merciful and the most gracious, who have gathered us to be here on this event. And even though we are all staying home, let's all be grateful for our health to this day. Alhamdulillah. And not forgetting the salawat and greetings we pour out to the Prophet Muhammad, who has brought us out of the dark age to the area of bright light today, namely is Islam. May we all get intercession on the end. Amin. The honorable teachers of the 6th graders, Bu Siska, Bu Debbie, Bu Andri, Pak Denny, Pak Yusuf, Miss Nida, and Bu Dina, ya. Thank you for making this event happen. I would also like to thank the parents of the 6th graders who have been working with us, with our children at home in this time of need. I'm so excited today. I'm so happy because we can make this event happen. This is for the first time we have this event, and this is for the first time I speak up with English in front of you. So sorry if there is many mistake for my words, yeah. My dear students of this 6th grade, I'm very happy to see you, and I think you are like English, yeah. So how does English help you become a better person? So next, let's find out the answer today with Mr. Cook, yeah. And I hope Mr. Cook is on the way to join with us today. And this is an extravagant opportunity for you, as you can see that Mr. Cook is a native speaker slash teacher. So he is a teacher too in international school. As we don't normally invite guests that are native, yeah. My advice for you is be present, be enthusiastic, and be active on this event. So don't be shy, be confident, because I believe that Mr. Cook is a fun and friendly teacher, yeah. So keep be yourself, and then speak up. Don't be shy. Don't worry to be wrong if you speak English, and I hope you enjoy this event, yeah. All right, everyone, to close my greeting speech, I have quote for you. With language, you are at home anywhere. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dan juga ini Miss Nida, kepala sekolah kita ternyata bahasa Inggrisnya jago juga ya. Ya, intinya sih ya, mudah-mudahan dengan adanya kegiatan ini kalian bisa lebih berbicara bahasa Inggris, lebih berani. Kemudian nanti diharapkan ketika kalian mengikuti acara ini, kalian lebih interaktif gitu ya, aktif dalam mengikuti kegiatan ini. Jadi kalau mau bertanya silakan bertanya. Jangan takut salah gitu ya, Bu Intan, jangan takut salah untuk berbicara bahasa Inggris
Yes.
Itu intinya ya. Baik, terima kasih Bu Intan. Nah, baik nah agar acara ini bisa berlangsung dengan tertib ya, dengan lancar. Tentu kalian sudah mengetahui ya tata tertib yang tadi di awal sudah diperlihatkan. Namun tidak ada salahnya kembali akan dibacakan kembali oleh Bu Debi ya Bu Debi untuk tata tertibnya. Silakan Bu Debi untuk membacakan tata tertibnya.
Terima kasih Bu Andri atas kesempatannya. Baik, ada 8 ya Nak, ada 8 tata tertib yang sama-sama akan kita lakukan untuk menjaga kelancaran acara workshop English Talk ini. Yang pertama mungkin sudah dilakukan oleh kalian ya, sudah duha terlebih dahulu dan sudah mengganti nama display Zoom-nya dengan nama lengkap, underscore, nama kelasnya ya. Tadi beberapa juga yang terakhir masih ada dengan nama orang tua, mungkin bisa di-rename ya. Nah, yang kedua, masih ada juga yang belum mengaktifkan video, tolong diaktifkan videonya dan minta tolong yang belum di-mute audionya. Yang ketiga, harap menjaga kefokusan ya, keaktifan dan antusias selama proses workshop ini berlangsung ya. Yang keempat, menjaga suasana workshop walaupun di room Zoom ya, tetap menjaga suasana selama workshop agar tertib atau kondusif. Yang kelima, harap mencatat segala informasi ya, wawasan yang disampaikan oleh Mr. Cook nanti ya, insya Allah bermanfaat untuk kita semua. Nah, yang keenam, dilarang makan ya. Mungkin kalau cemilan sih boleh, tapi kalau lagi materi kayaknya di keep dulu ya. Boleh minum ya, nanti ketika ada sesi dipersilakan oleh Bu Andri ya. Nah, yang tidak boleh sangat dilarang untuk mengajak ngobrol di chat ya, atau bertanya tapi belum dipersilahkan ya. Nah, dilarang ngobrol di kolom chat atau mengajak diskusi teman-teman lainnya atau membuat situasi jadi ini ya kurang kondusif ya. Kita sama-sama menjaga atau mengendalikan diri selama proses ini. Insya Allah nanti ada sesi tanya jawab. Kalian bisa interaktif ya lewat kolom chat maupun bertanya langsung ketika dipersilakan oleh Bu Andri selaku MC kita hari ini. Nah, yang ketujuh, diharapkan untuk ikut workshop ini sampai dengan selesai. Jikapun ada kendala, misalkan nanti di penghujung waktu mungkin atau di jam pertengahan akan ada tes akademik atau apapun itu ya, boleh langsung izin ya. Ibu rasa sih sudah pada izin ya yang akan mengikuti tes akademik hari ini sudah izin dengan walasnya masing-masing ya. Namun jika ada kendala lain silakan jangan sungkan untuk wapri Bapak Ibu walasnya. Ya, yang kedelapan, harap menjaga adab belajar ya. Alhamdulillah tadi kita sudah berdoa bersama-sama ya. Menjaga adab belajar, sopan santun ketika menyampaikan pendapat atau ingin bertanya. Ibu rasa ya itu saja. Terima kasih atas perhatian dan kerjasamanya ya. Semoga tertib ini bisa sama-sama kita terapkan dengan baik ya, dengan ikhlas tanpa paksaan ya. Itu saja Bu Andri. Saya kembalikan kepada Bu Andri.
Terima kasih Bu Debi, semoga bisa diperhatikan semua ya tata tertib yang telah dibacakan Bu Debi tadi. Ya baik sepertinya sudah tidak sabar ya, sudah menantikan ya acara yang sudah ditunggu-tunggu ini. Baik, langsung Bu Andri serahkan saja ya karena acara inti ini nanti akan dipandu langsung oleh Miss Nida. Ya, halo Miss Nida.
Iya Bu Andri. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Baik Miss Nida, langsung saya serahkan saja kepada Miss Nida ya. Silakan Miss Nida.
Okay. Alright everyone, thank you for coming for this event and thank you Bu Andri for the opportunity. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, my dearest sixth graders of SDIT Asada, and also for the parents, kalau ada ayah bundanya, selamat pagi. Semoga semuanya sehat-sehat ya. I hope everyone is doing fine and keep staying at home. I'm feeling so happy today because today we are going to learn English with Mr. Gok, but we are still waiting for him. Insya Allah akan segera hadir. But in the meantime, we are going to play a game. Main game yuk, kita main game dulu ya. I will spell one of your name, and I need you to answer it by typing it down. Jadi boleh diketik. Hanya mengetik nama yang Miss Ida sebutkan. Selain itu tidak ada merespon, misal ih salah atau ye aku menang. No, tidak ada respon lain ya. Jadi only type down the name that I spell. Semoga siap ya. Oke ya. So for number one we have BU space DEBI. Langsung diketik. Cepet-cepetan nih. I will repeat one more time. BU space DEBI. Wow, Farrell is the first. Bu Debbie, give applause for Farrell. Can I talk to Farrell, nak?
Miss.
Okay, so when I call out your name, you can turn on the audio ya. And I hope that you are answering using English. Oke, hebat. Sudah selesai, sudah di-cut. Mengetik Bu Debbie-nya, the answer is Bu Debbie. Farrell, how are you, nak, for today? Farrell bisa tolong di spotlight untuk host?
Ada di mana nih Farel?
Enggak, itu background.
Oh iya, di laut ya.
Farel di mana ya? Di sini aku masih belum lihat. Oh wow, Farel keren banget. Coba semuanya lihat Farel deh. Kayaknya dia lagi di alam semesta ini ya.
Oh lah, Bu, alam semesta ya.
Itu aurora borealis.
Ya.
Aurora borealis.
Oke. So Farel, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Fine. Father, I need you to spell one name, one of your friends' names or the teacher's name. Let's listen to Farel, everyone. Anyone, terserah Farel.
Bingung.
Bingung. Ada banyak perasaan temennya.
I, B, and you.
I,
Dah,
B,
tuh.
and you. Okay,
Dah, Miss.
the answer
Ishak
is
duluan.
Ibnu. Oh, Ishak duluan. Thank you, Farel. You can mute the audio now.
Thank
Now
you,
we are
Miss.
moving to Ishak. Ishak, can I talk to you? Kita pindah ke Ishak ya. Ishak is still
Bu.
not responding. Hi Ishak, how are you today, nak?
Alhamdulillah, I fine, thank you.
Alhamdulillah, I feel amazing. Allahu Akbar. Okay. So Ishak, what was the name that Farrell spelled? Who was it? Tadi si Farrell nge-spell nama siapa dia ya?
Ibnu.
Ibnu. Can you repeat it one more time? Can you repeat it one more time? Diulang sekali lagi, Ibnu. We have I,
B, and you.
And you. Okay, to make it more challenging, biar lebih seru nih, I will challenge Ishak to spell one of your friends' name in the complete name, nama lengkapnya. Wow.
Siapa ya?
Okay, anyone, terserah Ishak.
Per huruf kan?
Yes, per huruf.
F, A, U, Z, ANAH-NAF.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, pada cepet-cepet nih anak-anak ya. Oke, who was the first? Tadi siapa ya yang pertama nulis ya, Miss Ida? Biar kelihatan nih.
Di scroll ke atas aja, Miss, kalau enggak.
Fauzan tadi yang
Kayaknya Bilkis bukan ya?
Farel. Terus kedua Bilkis.
Farel, Miss Farel.
Oh, Farel, because Farel has talked.
Terus bawahnya
Kita ke Bilkis
Bilkis.
ya. Okay, we are going to have one last time. And thank you, Ishak. You can mute the audio now. Kembali di mute. Hi, Bilkis. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Bilkis, so who did Ishak spell? Whose name did Ishak spell just now?
Fauzan Ahmad.
Fauzan Ahnaf. Can you spell it one more time?
Yes.
F
A
A
B A N A H N A F.
Fauzan Ahnaf. Okay, so this is the last one, the last spelling game ya. Ini spelling yang terakhir. Bilkis, you can spell whoever you want.
Nama lengkap atau bukan, Bu?
Yes, the full name.
A S I A H U L E X I N
Ini belum selesai udah dijawab nih.
U H A.
Is it Nuha? Ada yang bilang Arga. Aga. Is it Nuha though, Bill? Nuha ya, benar ya?
Right.
Okay, well done, Bilkis. Was it Nuha? Nuha ya. Let's spell Nuha's name together one more time, Bilkis, with Miss Dida. We have A I S H N U H A. Aisyah Nuha. Aisyah Uli Nuha ya?
Asiah, Ibu.
Oh, Asia Uli Nuha. All right, thank you Nuha. Thank you Bilkis. You can mute the audio now. Okay, everyone. Lihat deh, what do I have here? Miss Ida punya gambar apa ini ya?
It's a storybook.
Oh, it's a storybook. Who was that? Siapa tadi? Aga, thank you guys. So I have a book here. This is called Missing Jack. As you know that today we are going to talk about stories. I have a question. If you want to answer, you can answer it in the chat. Do you like reading? You can answer it on the chat now. Aga says yes, a little. Yeah, Akila, Bilkis, Ishak, Nafis. And what do you like about? Oh, Farrell says he doesn't know. Why do you like reading? Maybe it's fun, or maybe it gives you more knowledge. Why? Kenapa sih suka membaca? Masa nggak tahu, Farrell? Okay, I will repeat. Oh, Aga said it's calming. Keren banget ini Aga ya. And Farah said it's fun. Nuha said because it's fun and she likes to imagine. Okay, I like reading too, and now I'm going to read out the story of Missing Jack. Here we have a boy, and he is with his cat here ya. Kita baca basmalah dulu bersama-sama. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ini ceritanya kayak lagi ngajar biasa di kelas ya. Bedanya Miss Nida ngajar 3 kelas langsung jadi bundle 1. Oh, oke. Alright everyone, biar lebih seru, semua audionya dibuka. I will ask the question first. How are you guys today? And I need you to answer with Alhamdulillah, I feel amazing, Allahu Akbar.
I feel amazing, Allahu Akbar.
Okay, how are you guys today?
Alhamdulillah, I feel amazing, Allahu Akbar.
How about the girls first? Yang perempuan dulu sekarang, yang laki-laki I need you to wait for a moment. How are you guys today?
Alhamdulillah, I feel amazing, Allahu Akbar.
How about the boys? How are you guys, the boys? How are you guys today?
Alhamdulillah, I feel amazing, Allahu Akbar.
Okay. Before we start the book, I want to say something. Jadi, when someone asks about how you are doing, kalau ada yang tanya gimana kabarnya, mungkin kelihatannya kayak, aduh kenapa sih diulang-ulang, nanya kabar mulu, nanya kabar lagi. Padahal di masa ini, di masa pandemi ini, when you are healthy, you should be grateful. Harus dijawab dengan bersungguh-sungguh, alhamdulillah hari ini aku sehat. Karena banyaknya di luar sana atau bahkan saudara kita, tetangga kita yang sedang berjuang melawan COVID-19. Jadi kalau ada yang tanya apa kabarnya, benar-benar harus dijawab dengan serius. Alhamdulillah ya Allah, aku hari ini masih dikasih kesehatan, ya kan? Now we are going to start the book ya. This is called Missing Jack. All right. I'm pretty sure that my cat Jack, so Jack is a cat here, was the best cat ever. Katanya aku tuh yakin that Jack was the best cat ever. And here's why. Dan kenapa dia kucing yang paling terbaik yang aku punya. Ini sambil nunggu Mr. Cook, sambil belajar ini ya. Belajar reading dulu. Nanti kayaknya Mr. Cook juga bakal bacakan cerita. Some cats are snooty, and don't come near you. Snooty. Let's repeat after me here, guys. Snooty. Snooty. S-N-O-O-T-Y. Snooty itu kayak cuek dan nggak apa ya, kalau bahasa Jawanya nggak ngereken, bodo amat. Ranu says, where is Mr. Cook? I am wondering too. Tunggu ya. But Jack was really friendly. Tapi si Jack, was really friendly. He sat on Clement's lap to keep her warm. Kalau kucing-kucing lain itu katanya cuek, tapi si Jack ini dia ramah dan kalau dipanggil nyaut. Pernah nggak sih kalian ada kucing terus dipanggil dia kayak ngelengos gitu? Boleh ya, kadang-kadang sering ya. Ini karena kita belum mulai banget. Kalian boleh langsung merespon di ini ya, di audio ya. Oke, kayak kita lagi kelas aja, kelas bahasa Inggris seperti biasa. Other cats are angry and scratchy. Let's repeat after me. Scratchy.
Scratchy.
Other cats are angry and scratchy. Kerjaannya ngegaruk-garuk. But Jack never scratched. Nah, tuh kayak agak garuk-garuk. But Jack never scratched. Even when Benjamin pulled his whiskers. Bahkan ketika adik aku Benjamin pulled, menarik his whiskers. Whiskers are like the little mustache that cats have. Whiskers. Si Jack nih baik, gak pernah ngegaruk-garuk. Some cats are boring. Beberapa kucing tuh membosankan and never do anything. Kerjaannya tidur aja. Kucing biasanya kan tidur aja ya. Jadi yang kerjanya tidur aja mirip kucing berarti ya. But Jack thought he was a lion. Tapi si Jack ini ngerasa kalau dia tuh kayak singa tuh. Dia jadi singa di sini. He pounced and posed and leaped and lunged like he was the king of the jungle. Dia kerjaannya berlari ke sana ke sini. Then Jack got a bit old. Ya, terus sekarang si Jack menjadi tua. Aduh, jadi merinding. Miss Ida punya loh. I have a cat. Di sini who has a pet cat? Kayaknya Mr. Ihsan Salam punya deh. Dia suka kucing banget kan? You can turn on the audio now. You can say, I have a cat, Miss. I have a pet cat.
I
Siapa
have
di
a
sini
cat.
yang punya peliharaan kucing?
I have a
Oh,
cat,
Farel
Miss.
has. How many cats do you have, Farel?
I have one.
Oh, Aga has one. Okay.
I have one.
I have also a pet cat, but he is in Malang. She is staying with my mother and father, and he is 7 years old. Udah 7 tahun. Jadi makin tua tuh kadang makin ngeri ya. Kucing kita umur yang kapan?
I have
Iya,
hewan, Miss.
kucing.
Kucing saya ada tuh.
Yes. Ada ya. How? Oke, kita lanjut ya. Then Jack got a bit older and older. He was like an old furry grandpa. Makin kayak kakek-kakek. He didn't chase mice anymore. Dia nggak kejar-kejar tikus lagi. Instead, he invited them around for tea and told them stories about the good old days. Dia udah nggak kejar-kejaran dan udah kerjaannya udah mulai leyeh-leyeh, mulai males-malesan. Kita lanjutkan. Ngomong-ngomong, Mr. Cook bentar lagi datang nih. It was almost like he was fading away. Kerasanya si Jack ini fading away. Fading away itu kayak memorinya fading away, kayak hilang, makin hilang tuh, makin kesini makin hilang. Karena dia sudah semakin tua. Then Jack died. Kita ucapkan apa kalau ada yang meninggal? Innalillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Then Jack died, and I miss him, dan aku kangen. Oh, diumumin, dimandiin, nggak perlu ya kalau kucing ya. We buried his body in the garden. Buried itu mengubur. We buried his body in the garden. Daddy played guitar, and I sang him a song. Dan aku nyanyiin lagu buat si Jack pas lagi dikuburin. Terus katanya yang terakhir, my parents say we can get another cat one day, but I don't want another cat. Orang tua aku nyaranin nih, kamu kalau mau kucing baru jangan beli kucing baru, tapi adopsi kucing. Nih yang ada bisa diadopsi nih, kucing yang mana. Di sini kalau bisa kita nggak beli kucing ya, karena kan banyak kucing di sekitar rumah yang butuh pengasuhan, yang kucing masih kecil. Katanya I want my cat, I want Jack. Mohon maaf, Bu Andri, apakah udah datang Mr. Cook-nya? Kalau Mr. Cook udah datang, tolong di ini aja ya.
Masih OTW, Miss.
Oh,
Ya belum, Miss.
Masih
Belum.
OTW.
Oke. Ini mulai seru nih. Katanya kan tadi ditawarin kucing baru dia nggak mau. But I did meet another cat today. Tapi hari ini aku ketemu kucing baru di jalanan katanya. His name is Humphrey, and his hobbies include climbing up everything, jumping off anything, and starting fights with anyone bigger than him. Aku nemu kucing baru. His name is Humphrey, namanya Humphrey. Katanya dia hobinya suka manjat-manjat, lari-lari. Namanya juga kucing anak-anak ya. He's like little free fearless daredevil. Let's repeat after me, everyone. This is fearless. Fearless itu it's like a brave, like brave. Ya, tidak takut, hebat. Nggak takut apapun, fearless. He's not Jack, but then he's also not snooty, angry and scratchy, or boring. Dia bukan Jack sih emang, tapi dia juga nggak cuek, dia nggak suka garuk-garuk, dan dia juga nggak ngebosenin. So, maybe he's not the best cat ever, but he's still pretty awesome. Dia emang bukan kucing yang terbaik, tapi dia kucing lumayan keren lah, kucing baru ini. I've told Humphrey that I still miss Jack. Aku bilang ke Humphrey, I still miss Jack. aku masih kangen sih sama si Jack. But if he needs a place to stay, kalau dia butuh tempat untuk berlindung, he can live here. Dia bisa tinggal sama aku. He seems okay with that. Dan Hamrinya juga mau tinggal sama dia. And I think Jack's okay with that too. Dan menurut aku sih kayaknya Jack juga oke aja kalau si Humphrey tinggal sama kita. Wah, ceritanya udah selesai deh. What can we learn from this story? Adakah yang pemberani nih dari anak kelas 6 yang bisa mengambil moral hikmah dari... Oke, Aga, what is it, Ga? Sambil nunggu Aga, yang lain boleh sambil mikir-mikir.
Sambil mikir-mikir.
Yang lain mikir, Aga bicara. What do you think? Kan tadi dia punya kucing, terus ditinggal. Berarti kalau kita ditinggal seseorang atau kita kehilangan barang, kita harus apa ya?
Sedih.
Oh, harus sedih. Harus dicari. Oke, kita tunggu. Kita masih dengan Aga dulu nih. Aga?
Hikmahnya pakai bahasa apa, Bu?
Bahasa Indonesia boleh deh.
Enggak, bahasa Indonesia aja.
Oke.
Ini. Kalau ada kucing yang kelaparan, kucing jalanan dikasih makan. Kalau misalnya dia butuh tempat untuk tinggal, bisa dibawa.
Oke, let's give applause for Aga. Well done. Jadi kalau ada kucing di jalan jangan ditendang-tendangin ya.
Oke, let's give applause for Aga. Ditendang-tendangin ya.
Ada kok anak TK.
Selamat datang, Mr. Selamat datang, Mr.
Mantul ya?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wow. I didn't think I was going to be able to get online this morning, but alhamdulillah, it looks like we're finally connected. Yay. Really happy about that.
So it was about like a connection trouble?
Well, at least on my end, I've had a bad issue with Zoom, so I cannot download the Zoom anymore on my laptop. And when I tried to update it earlier, I haven't been able to update it because Windows decided they would not allow me to introduce any updated programs to my laptop. So that's kind of the situation that I'm in, at least with the laptop. And yeah, and I just now got the Zoom link. So I didn't have the Zoom link previously. So, but alhamdulillah, I have the Zoom link now.
You're still here finally.
Yes, and really
okay.
happy to see you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mr. Cook, for being here. It's okay. We understand that sometimes we have technical or connection trouble too. Now, before we start, I'd like to speak first with our students here. Anak-anakku, Miss Ida minta dalam hitungan kelima to turn on the audio button. I will count to 5 and everyone has muted the turn off the unmute button. Miss Ida hitung sampai 5 ya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's start the event today. Actually, Mr. Cook, it has been started, and we played the games, and I read a story while we waiting for you.
Great, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
What story did y'all read this morning?
It was about a cat missing Jack. Okay. So, Mr. Cook,
cool.
I will introduce you the teachers here. We have our principal here, Bu Intan. She has spoken this morning. Bu Intan, you can say hi to Mr. Cook.
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Cook.
Mr. Cook, this is our principal,
Waalaikumsalam.
Bu Intan.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Cook.
Yeah.
There.
The
Oh, your
host,
teeth are
may
so
you
white and shiny.
spotlight. Okay. And we have the sixth graders teachers. We have Bu Andri, Bu Debi, Pak Denny, and then we have Pak Yusuf, Bu Siska, and Bu Dina. And we
Wow.
have like 7-8 students here, and they are excited to have you here, Mr. Cook. All right, and I'm
You
feeling
said
so happy
7 or
today.
8 or 78?
78. It's like a combination of 3 classes.
Wow.
Yeah, we have 3 classes for the 6th graders here. And our school's name
Yeah,
is
that's quite a
SDIT
lot.
Asaadah. Can you repeat after me, Mr. Cook? It's SDIT Asaadah.
Wow. SDIT Asaadah.
SDIT Asaadah. Wow, you can read it nicely. Okay, this will be a fabulous event, I am sure, because it has been said before by our principal, Bu Intan, that this is an event of a lifetime, because like a golden opportunity here ya, anak-anakku. Ini kesempatan emas, because normally we don't have this kind of event to invite a native English speaker to our school. So this is an event for where you guys, the 6th graders of SDIT Asaadah, get to learn from the very native speaker from USA, Mr. Cook. Let's welcome and let's give applause for Mr. Cook first, anak-anakku. Kita kasih tepuk tangan.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
I always like to start off
All right.
with a
Before
big
we start with the
bismillah.
first.
Y'all already started that.
Okay, before we start with the first session, let me read out Mr. Crook's profile shortly. His name is Ahmad Firdaus Amor Cook. He was born in Texas, USA, I presume.
Yeah, America, I prefer to say, not the USA technically, anyway.
Oh, in America.
Close enough.
Okay. And he is currently living in
because
Bekasi.
America is the land. USA, right? That's correct.
Okay. And he went to Lee College Baytown in Texas. And now he is working as an English teacher. Okay, yeah.
That's right.
And then
working as an English teacher. I guess there's quite a long delay, isn't there? It sounds like there's at least a 10-second or so delay, isn't there?
Yes, delay.
Okay, Mr. Cook.
Yes, I apologize for that. Yes.
There is a delay, Miss Nida, delay.
Mr. Cook, is it possible if you find another spot to see if the connection can work better? Maybe like outside the house, or I don't know. If it's possible.
I am right next to my Wi-Fi. I don't think it's most likely the laptop. It's probably an error with the laptop because I'm actually using the what is it called? The browser version of Zoom. I'm not using the installed version. So that's probably what the issue is.
Okay. Well, let's just hope the connection will work good. I don't know. Okay, for a starter, Mr. Cook, you may introduce yourself, and then later on, we are going to receive some questions from our students here.
All right, good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm sorry, my camera stopped working too.
Oh, the camera
now suddenly. Yeah, it says your camera is not launched properly. Please check your settings. Yeah, this laptop has been quite challenging for me here in the last couple of months, and it's getting worse and worse. So I do apologize for that. And yeah, I'm from America, and alhamdulillah, I've been in Indonesia already for 5 years. and teaching English, and I have a family here as well. And my family, oh, I have one child already. I'm really happy about that. He's already 3.5 years old.
Okay.
Media browser permission settings. Trying
Thank
to
you,
get that camera thing lined out. Sorry about that.
All right, Mr. Kong, I think it's fine. We can hear you perfectly, even though we cannot see you, but I don't know. The students, I think they would want to see your face here.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I'm trying to switch it on.
Okay. Is it possible if you try it on another device? Or maybe
Yeah,
if you have...
I can log in on my phone. I don't like holding my phone because my phone puts off so much radiation, it hurts my hand. But I can definitely try.
But would you give it a try so that we can see your face maybe?
Sure. Every little bit helps, I think. And it will help to make me more comfortable and more focused on what to say as well, I think.
It's okay, we can wait. Jadi anak-anak, teman-teman, Mr. Cook, please excuse me for speaking Indonesian. I'm trying to help our students here to understand what it's happening right now. Jadi anak-anak, Mr. Cook ini kameranya lagi ada bermasalah. Kita tunggu sebentar ya, sekitar 3 menitan. Beliau akan pindah ke pakai HP. Tadi bilangnya sih dia nggak suka pakai HP karena kena radiasi banyak banget ke mata. Itu jadi kenapa Mr. Cook telat itu? Mr. Cook, are you following me in Bahasa?
Yeah, I am following you in Bahasa. It's quite entertaining. So I tried the link on the phone using my mobile device and not successfully been able to open the application using the phone yet. So still working on that. Back to meeting, it says. Okay, maybe it'll try it. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, now maybe I can start the video.
Oh, okay. Are you on your phone now, Mr. Cook? Are you on your phone now?
Okay,
Yes.
Oh, now we can see you. Alhamdulillah.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Alhamdulillah.
Are you still logging in on the laptop though?
Yes, I'm actually still logged in on the laptop, and perhaps it'll be a little easier to see you. But I have to mute my other volumes and everything, and then I have to put these headphones on, and then maybe I can hear you through the headphones. Right?
Okay.
Good. Alhamdulillah,
Well,
I can hear you on the headphones. That's good.
Okay. Oh, I think this will work perfectly fine. Your voice is not delaying.
Oh, that's good.
Alhamdulillah. Oke, anak-anak, kita akhirnya bisa mulai ini ya. So, where were we? You just introduce yourselves and you said that you have a family here in Bekasi, in Indonesia.
That's correct.
But I will let my students ask you the questions. So for everyone, tadi Mr. Ku kan sudah mempresentasikan diri, memperkenalkan diri. For my students here, if you'd like to ask a question, you can type down, I have a question for Mr. Cook. Jadi kalau kalian ingin bertanya, bisa kalian tulis, aku ingin bertanya ke Mr. Cook. Oh, no, in English. I have a question for Mr. Cook. And then we will decide who can ask the question first. You can type from now on. Bisa diketik dari sekarang, nak. You can ask about where he's teaching, or how was he when he was in America, or maybe who did he get married to? I heard that you got married with an Indonesian.
That's correct.
Ya. Anak-anakku yang ingin bertanya boleh diketik ya. I have a question for Mr. Cook. Jadi sesi pertama ini sesi perkenalan. Okay, we have a question here,
Good,
Mr. Cook, from Crystal. Yeah,
That's
Crystal.
right.
Crystal, you can unmute the button, nak.
Good morning, Crystal. Go ahead and ask your question. Then when Crystal gets done, Achille also has a question. Cool.
Okay.
Right, you're still
Mr.
muted right
Cook,
now.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am. Go
you
ahead.
speak Indonesia?
Can I speak in Bahasa Indonesia, you said?
Oh, that's a challenge for you, Mr.
Your face, Crystal.
Oh yeah, Crystal, I need you to kameranya diturunin, nak. Jadi biar Mr. Cook can see you better.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Yeah,
Okay, Crystal, you can ask your question.
Would you repeat your question, Crystal?
Have that question.
Yeah, would you repeat that question again, Crystal?
Can you speak Indonesia language?
Sedikit. Saya bisa bicara sedikit bahasa Indonesia and sudah belajar. So I'm still learning, actually. It's been a very slow process, but alhamdulillah, I'm picking up a little bit as I go along and in my daily activities and trying to communicate with my community or maybe vendors or anything like that. So I'm not actually well practiced at speaking Bahasa Indonesia simply because I teach English. So most of the places that I teach specifically request that I not speak Bahasa Indonesia. You understand that, Crystal?
Yes.
I'm sure she does.
Cool. You're very, very welcome, Crystal. And Crystal, can I ask you a question?
Oh. Crystal, Mr. Cook would like to ask you a question.
Yes.
Crystal, jangan pergi dulu.
Day.
Sure, Mr. Cook, go ahead.
Sure. Thank you so much. Crystal, do you like trying to learn Bahasa Inggris?
Yes, of course.
Is it fun for you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Good. Well, I hope you enjoy it, and may Allah continue to bless you. Great. Thank you so much for the question,
thank you for Crystal.
and answer as well.
All right, now we are moving to the boy, maybe. So we had girl, we had
okay.
Crystal.
Well, I know that Akila had a question next, but yeah, if you want to move to a young man, that's okay.
I'd like to make it, I don't know, balanced so that everyone will have the same opportunity here to talk to you. So for the boys, kita ketik ulang ya. If you want to ask a question, you can type down. I have a question for Mr. Cook. Oh,
Farrell does too. I keep seeing Farrell's message pop up.
Oh, Farrell, your name has been mentioned here by Mr. Cook. So Farrell, you can talk to Mr. Cook here. Mr. Cook, you can look at Farrell. That Farrell is in somewhere with the Aurora thing.
Yes, and it looks like he's wearing some kind of device on his head. Good morning, Farrell. What?
Or American?
How many colleges are in America?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
You have to
that
count
number.
first.
That number is so huge, right? Oh my goodness. I mean, especially if you're talking about intermediary colleges or beginning colleges, it adds up to a lot. So
What
you know
is
how many
your recommend in college in?
my recommended college in America? Well, it's probably going to be one of the. I would recommend an elite university, but if you cannot afford the tuition of an elite university, definitely you can go to any one of the major colleges or minor colleges, and then you can switch to a university. So you have many options, but it's going to depend absolutely what on the field that you want to study. So, for instance, if you want a law degree, then you're better off searching for uh, a university that specializes specifically in law, and that can vary. You know, like MIT may be great for technology, but if you can get an engineering degree from Harvard, why not? Of course,
So
you
we don't
can
go
get a
from the place first. We start with the minority or the majority that we would like to study. Yeah.
yeah, because it's all going to depend on your level, what you want to get out of it, and what field you want to study. So, you know, your financial level is going to have a huge impact on that, and whether or not you can get a grant or a scholarship to join that university can make a huge difference on the balance in the end. So
Yeah.
it requires a lot of self questioning, and you know that can also bring up a lot of uncertainty and confusion as well. But I totally believe that if you're persistent in searching for the right school that's good for you, which can fit your needs, then I think that's what you should go for. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think you should also search for the results of that as well. So if you find a lot of foreign students, perhaps from Indonesia or from any other country, being successful, you know, like a good report from any of the what would they be like forums or anything like that where the college or university level students might gather and discuss what they learned in the school or how successful they are at getting employment after that particular university degree or college degree, then yeah, it employs a lot of deep thought. So it's not going to be easy, but yeah, if you want, you're going to be able to find it. So what kind of college are you looking at getting into, Farrell?
Farrell, Mr. Cook is asking you back. Oh, I heard Harvard.
Okay. Yeah, Harvard really specializes in law. And of course, I don't know if you're aware of this, but many of, of the top corporate politicians usually go to either Harvard or Yale. Those are probably the two most popular universities in America,
Yeah.
Harvard and Yale. For
I had a foreign friend that went to Yale as well.
wow,
Quite
yeah,
familiar, yeah.
yeah, it's a really small world, and whenever you get to these kind of elite colleges like that, um, you can you can really have your eyes open about how the world of business actually works. So it's definitely an eye opener.
Okay. So thank you, Farrell. We had the first question was from Crystal, and she asked about if you can speak in Indonesian, and I know that you are still learning, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And the second was from Farrell. How about we have one last time, one last question,
Miss,
one last personal question for
have
Mr. Cook.
question for Mr. Cook.
Please, Miss.
Okay. Hold on,
Me.
Mr. Cook, they are very excited and they are like competing
Me.
to
Yeah,
get
that's
the.
really good.
Me.
Can I
Oke,
ask you something?
bentar.
Can I
Let me
ask-
tunggu ya nak, anak-anakku.
Oke.
Jadi ini bukan apa ya, bukan tempatnya berlomba-lomba. Aku
Yeah, if you want
kepengen
to go back to a girl, it's okay.
ya anak-anakku jadi tidak perlu berebutan karena sesinya insya Allah masih ada sesi 2, tapi kita cukup satu dulu ya, satu terakhir satu ya. Alright, and we are going to do it balancedly. If you'd like to ask a questions, do not say me, do not turn on the audio button first. You have to type first. I will give you the time here. You can type down. I have a question for Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, how about you choose? You can choose from the messages that are coming here.
Oh, there's so many old messages though. let me
No,
go back up.
the recent one, I think.
Oh, the more recent one. Okay.
The more
Why
recent,
not?
like the last minute. Yeah.
Okay, we have. Oh yeah, Akila was waiting from earlier. Akila, what's your question?
Akila.
There you
Akila
are.
has a
Sorry to
very
keep you
good
waiting.
English, by the way, sir. Akila is one
I
of
don't doubt
my.
that at all. One of your students, so you're gonna claim her. I would too. She has really
Okay.
good English. She's my student. Yes.
Here's Akila.
Hi, Akila.
Hi. Do you play musical instrument?
Yes, I love to play electric bass. Do you like bass?
Electric bass. Do you still play till now?
Yes, I do. I actually have 2 bass guitars. I have a 5-string and a 4-string Ibanez, and I have all the amplifier equipment necessary. And I like to play finger style mostly. I never use Epic because using Epic is not epic. Get it? Epic and Epic. So,
Epic.
what about you, Akela? Do you like to use or play a musical instrument?
Honestly, I am learning to play a guitar.
Cool.
Guitar. Akela, would you like to give Mr. Cook a challenge maybe later as a performance before we end the session later on?
I would have to go upstairs to do that. I don't have my equipment
If
with me.
Akela would like to challenge you, I was just saying. Akela, what do you think?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for the question, Akela. I sure appreciate it. And how about
thank you.
yes, ma'am. How about Kenzie? He had a question too. Kenzie?
Okay, Kenzie.
Question.
Kenzie will be the last Mr. Cook, by the way, and later on we are going to continue with the second session.
Okay.
About learn English through stories. Yeah, Kenzie, you may ask your question.
What's your favorite food Indonesia?
My favorite Indonesian food. So I would have asked it like this. I would have said, what's your most favorite Indonesian food? My most favorite, even today, is ketoprak. I really like ketoprak because it's delicious. Yes.
But you pronounce it wrong. It's ketoprak.
Yes.
Repeat after me.
It sounds the same in my ear.
It's not.
Ketoprak and ketoprak. Ketoprak. It sounds the same to me.
I thought you were gonna say like Indomie goreng.
Oh no, definitely not Indomie. It's so unhealthy. I know young people love to eat Indomie because it's inexpensive, and very convenient. But I don't think it's the healthiest option, though.
Yeah,
well,
so
I prefer something with some saucy taste to it, and yeah. Before that, I used to really like nasi padang, and I also like to. I used to like to eat satay ayam, but not so much anymore. I've cut back a lot on eating meat, and I'm really happy about that. Alhamdulillah. So it's really challenging to cut back on meats, but I decided to do that because I don't need all the extra protein anymore.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Kenzie. Oh, Mr. Cook, how about we give an opportunity for the teachers here? Maybe they would like to ask you a question.
Absolutely.
Is that
I
okay?
love talking to
For
teachers.
okay, for the last question for the first session, we are going to give the opportunity for the teachers untuk Bapak Ibu guru. If you would like to ask a question, you can ask the question. Siapa ya? Mungkin ada yang ingin bertanya. About the English education, or as we know that Mr. Cook, how long have you been teaching, sir?
Mr. Yusuf, ask the question, please.
Oh, okay.
Pak Yusuf.
Pak Yusuf is an English teacher too. He teaches the first and second graders in our school. Pak Yusuf, if you would like to ask a question, you can go ahead. Okay, he is not responding.
Okay, well, to answer your question, then I've been teaching in Indonesia already 5 years. So I teach kindergarten all the way up through high school level. So my levels vary a lot, and that can actually be an issue sometimes. So the reason why it can be an issue is because everybody is going to be on different levels of their learned English. So that can be really challenging sometimes, especially for young people. But alhamdulillah, I'm really happy that I could have an opportunity to share with playgroup students all the way up to high school students. It's really quite interesting. I particularly like communicating with high school students simply because I can talk about current events and things that are going on around the world and things like that. So it's really fun.
So you have taught the people from any age, I'd say.
Oh yeah, NEC.
I mean, from kindergarten to the high school students.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yeah, like for instance, at a few of the different Al-Azhars around Jakarta, yeah, I've taught all levels, and even now I'm doing it actually past high school too, because I've taught a little bit at the University of Jakarta as well, and I've also taught many teachers as well. So like on certain schools, I do teacher classes, and I've been doing this. Like for instance, my most recent teacher class has already been going on 7 weeks. So I get to see them in person too, which is really awesome. I don't have to worry about the Zoom stuff or anything like that. And
so you've been teaching online?
Yeah, I have been teaching online, but I really prefer the in-person classes, and I'm really happy to be.
We all prefer the in-person version.
Yeah, we all prefer it because I know that the students are not getting the same amount of information as they would in a live class, and it's really unfortunate how how this pandemic has affected all of us.
Yeah, but at least we are grateful though we've been healthy all this time. But have you?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Mr.
Already,
I want to ask you a question.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is Bu Intan, our principal.
Bu Intan, yes. You are a Muslim, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You are a Muslim. Yes. I want to know the reason why you choose Islam for your religion right now.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you so much for that question. It's really interesting. I decided to study Islam fully in 2012, and what's interesting too is that I had met another man in America, just doing one of my jobs, and he asked me, so you have a Holy Quran? And I said, yeah, because I had just gone to the store like a month earlier and then purchased a Holy Quran, a copy of it in Arabic and Bahasa English. So I thought that was really would be a really useful tool, and I was actually studying the Holy Quran at that time. And then the guy is like, the guy said, well, you're studying, you're reading the Quran, you must be Muslim. And I thought about it and I said, well, I don't have an issue with being a Muslim or being called a Muslim at all. And because I think all of us are on our own pathway in life. And I, don't- I have had many revelations, which means revealings about how the Holy Bible is written and how religion actually works, you know, and in the world and in popular culture. So when I began to study about the life of Prophet Muhammad and the life of Prophet Isa, it started being revealed to me that there about Prophet Isa is that there's no explicit statement in the Holy Bible that actually says that Jesus died on the cross. And so once I came to that realization that, you know, you're right, there's no explicit statement that says that Jesus Christ died on the cross. There is a
Very
statement
smart.
that says that he gave up his ghost, but there's no definition of what that actually means. So what that tells me is that either the translation is wrong or the message is just not getting
Implementation.
across.
Yeah.
And so what it does for people who don't understand, it leaves it up to mankind to interpret the word. And that's where we get religion from. And this is the reason why there are so many variations on the Holy Bible. Just that one book alone, we have many different religions that are using the same Bible. And uh, that's what religion does. Religion is like it's not really what Wikipedia says it is, because a lot of religion, it comes from mankind as opposed to coming from the enlightened word of Allah, like that. And so it, as interesting as that is, oh, my picture changed.
On I'll tell Wafa. I think this is like a connection. Oh, it's gone now. Okay. So it started with the book itself, with the Holy Quran, and you purchased it first before you
Yes, that's correct.
became Muslim.
And
Oh.
then I met people who encouraged me to continue studying it, and I did. And so I started to slowly but surely locate local masjids so I can learn how to pray at that time. And it was really nice, I thought, you know. And I thought, you know, what am I going to do for my future? Should I stay here in America, or should I raise a child in a more secure and social environment? I had a lot of questions, you know, that I had to do a lot of deep searching to figure out. And so what I decided for myself is that I wanted to have a family, but I don't want to have it in America. And I began to search for that, you know, that special person who later became my wife. And so and that's, you know, so I decided to become Muslim before I got married. And I thought that was really wonderful. Now the story, there's a whole story behind that, though. You know, if you go back several years earlier, back in, I would say 1997, I think, or 1996. I met someone.
1997.
I met a
Oh,
man. I met a young man, and he was about my age, actually. He invited me to pray at the Moshola, and and there's a lot of tapping sound on the microphone.
yeah,
So I didn't have any issue with with experiencing other people's culture or religion. So I went ahead and I joined with them, and I really got to know the guy too. He's really peaceful, and he's actually a foreigner from Pakistan, and he had come to the United States, and I happened to meet him and got to know him quite deeply, and he was a very, very peaceful man. And I'm really happy that I got to know that man. The reason why is because a few years later, after the 9/11 events, when they showed the planes
yeah.
crashing into the buildings in 2001, September 11th, and then they immediately blamed it on Muslim terrorists. I'm like, Muslim terrorists? What's that? I don't think there could be such a thing as a Muslim terrorist or extremist Islam or an extremist Muslim or anything like that. Because if you follow the true word of Allah, you're not going to be doing that to other people. You're not going to be terrorizing. Terror is all political too. So I began to ask myself a lot of questions about the corporate government of America, why they're sponsoring the terrorism. And you come to find out, when you start digging, you actually find out that the government that is over your head is the same government that's going over there to Iraq and killing so many people, and then to Libya, and then killing and changing their government, and now, of course, they've been in Syria already, 6.5 years already, and they can't seem to replace Assad. And there's just no reason for all of this recklessness that the United States government is doing, and that really woke me up, and it made me want a better life for my son. I don't want to live under any corporate government that's going to force killing other people or taking over other countries as their lifestyle, so to speak. So I didn't want anything to do with it. So I didn't feel comfortable living in America after that all happened.
It's like a calling for you then, and it's
Yeah,
good for you.
it's like when you grow up and you pledge allegiance to your your Republic of Indonesia, and then later you learn that, well, it's not just the Republic of Indonesia. This is a corporation that's controlled by the foreign banking system, and the United States government is exactly the same way. It's a foreign corporation controlled by the banking system. So,
Sir, this is a good talk, but we are still with children here, and they may not understand.
Yes, I apologize for that. Yeah.
Okay, I will back up a little bit when you said that you wanted a family, but not in America, and you said that you have a son now. May we see him if it's okay?
He's in the other room right now. Hey,
the children would like to. The students here
would like to see
they
him.
will be excited to see him.
All right.
Anak-anak mau lihat nggak nih anaknya Mr. Cook nih? Sudah panggilin.
Boleh.
Boleh, Miss.
Boleh, Miss.
Yes, please.
Tesla is sleeping right now, so I do apologize. He's not available at the moment. He's decided to take a siesta. A siesta is a Hispanic word for a nap.
A nap at 9:30? Oh, that would be
in the morning. That's like it sounds like he's trying to catch up on his beauty sleep, I think.
How old is he, Mr. Cook?
Yeah, he's 3.5 years old, alhamdulillah.
3.5.
And exactly right.
Our little brother. So in Islam, the question they came from Bu Intan. She asked about Muslim and the reason why you became a Muslim, and it started from a book from the Holy Quran that she taught. And there is a saying, Mr. Cook, that in Islam all the Muslims are brothers and sisters, and now you are officially our brother here. Yeah.
That's correct.
So maybe when this pandemic has ended, I mean, we would like to invite you to come to our schools, maybe.
Well, that's very, very kind of you. I sure appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. Anak-anakku di rumah, we are going to continue with the second session. The main event for today with our theme, Learn English Through Stories. Mr. Cook, the time is yours.
Great. So what story would you like me to tell?
Oh,
I can
actually,
continue
it's
on with that story, but I don't want it to get too complicated, though. You know what I mean? I know we have so many other questions too, don't we? Well, but you want to do story time. I'm not really a storyteller. Never been
oh,
known to be a storyteller,
but
but
you teach kindergarten.
yeah, I can teach about my personal experiences though. Um, I enjoy teaching young people. Yeah, when we teach young people, we have to keep uh, a lot of things more simple but descriptive. So, uh, like I am holding a cup. My cup is not big, or my cup is not small, but my cup is green.
Oh,
So
things like that. Yeah.
yeah, we have to keep things simple. And actually, when we have students just becoming familiar with English, it's really similar in a lot of ways. But you know, a lot of people who are older, like a lot of you guys are, almost teenage years, right? We have how many teenagers do we have here in our group today?
78. You mean the children, right? The
Yes,
students?
are they children
Yeah.
or teenagers?
Children. They are in the sixth graders.
Yes, so
The
that's
sixth grade.
quite young. So usually when we have any young children or teenagers, even young people like that, like you guys, can have varying levels of English. So while your friend may not know a lot of English, you may know a whole lot of English. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can be very challenging. But I think what's most important to start off with are the simple communications like, hello,
The
how are you
simple thing.
doing? How do you feel today? I feel fine, thank you. Or I feel great, alhamdulillah. Or I am healthy. And we
Oh,
can learn to say, I'm healthy, and then ask a return question like, how are you? Yeah, so if we can get that dialogue moving, then things can actually progress very quickly.
okay. We have a jargon for that, sir. Actually, when we ask when we greet someone, it's like, so when I start my class, I would ask my students, how are you guys today, and they would answer like, Alhamdulillah, I feel amazing, Allahu Akbar. Maybe you
I
want to
like
try
that
together.
too.
Okay, let's try it with me. Anak-anakku, kita ikutan ya. How are you guys today?
Alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah, I
I
feel
feel
amazing.
amazing.
Allah
Akbar.
Oh, so beautiful. Yeah, and I like that. I feel amazing too, because that's really empowering, that. And another thing that I like to do, guys, is I like to uh, communicate on more advanced type of introductions like that. Like, I feel great, I feel amazing, I feel happy today. So we can actually talk about our emotions. And or if you don't want to talk about your emotions, maybe not everybody's going to be the same every day, but you're teaching that it's really a great thing to be positive, and that is very important because when we shine positivity, we can also receive that positivity back to us, and that's very empowering, isn't it, guys?
Is it? It is. I mean, sorry, bad grammar.
Yes,
I am
I
still practicing my
believe so
English. Is
too.
yeah. All right. Sir, do you have like a presentation or some slides that you want to show to our students here, or do you want to go on with the talk?
Yeah, I don't have any slides or anything like that
Oh,
because
okay.
I have
That's
such
fine.
difficulty on my laptop with anything.
Okay.
So I do
So there will be no
apologize.
slides today, everyone. Nggak ada materi presentasi ya. Jadi kayak seperti mengobrol-ngobrol dengan Mr. Cook. How about we continue with some questions?
Yeah,
You
absolutely. There are
can
so many questions.
everyone, you can type down. I have a question for Mr. Cook, and Mr. Cook will choose whoever you want to answer to.
Okay, so Rana Patma asks, "You like you like it spicy or not?"
It's Ranu Patma. I think
Yeah.
it was when we talked about food.
Oh
Ranu, it's
yes, yes.
Ranu.
And yeah, that wasn't too long ago, about 20 minutes ago. And the answer is sometimes. Sometimes I like it spicy and sometimes I don't. So since my body is getting more old, I feel like maybe I should test the power of my intestinal or intestinal tract or gastrointestinal tract. Maybe I should not tempt myself to have an ulcer or something like that. So I I'm quite careful about how many chilies I eat, but I do love the flavor, and they are quite lovely. Okay, and Arik Keen asked an interesting question.
Yeah, it's Arik. Arik, you can ask the question. Arik, nah?
Ada di chatnya nih, Miss Nida.
Oh yeah, when you the reason why the way that I encourage my students to ask the question by speaking it, not by typing it down. So anak-anakku, if you have a question, you can type down, I have a question for Mr. Cook, and do not type the question on the chat, but say it. Yeah,
Cool. I
so
like
that
that. That way they can practice their pronunciation.
yeah, that's the
Get
idea
some.
of this event.
Absolutely. Yeah, I figured that too.
So this is for Arik. Arik, we are still waiting for you. Arik, nak, kalau mau bertanya silahkan dinyalakan audionya.
There you go. He said, unmute yourself. Good.
Arik says nggak jadi. Okay. No, do not say please. Do not say this. No, I mean, it's yeah. I mean to keep the Zoom here nicely. Open the mic when you are called. Okay, Mr. Cook, you can choose another student here.
Okay, because I thought I heard his microphone. He said Eric said Mr. Cook. I thought he did. Okay. We
No,
have
it was
Bagus. Bagus asked a question. What is that question,
Bagus.
Bagus?
Okay, here
Here
comes
he is.
Bagus.
Hi, Bagus.
Ya, nak?
Famous places in Indonesia that have been visited. Famous places in Indonesia.
Well,
Famous places in have been visited.
I've been to a few famous places in Solo or Jogja area. I've been to
Solo and Jogja.
Oh yeah, I've been to so many that I forget the names of. So I apologize for that, but I've been to I think the last one that I went to in in Jogja was, geez, I can't remember. My memory is so bad. There's a restaurant on a platform. I forget the name of that restaurant. Darn it. It's a really
Where was it?
famous
In
restaurant.
Jogja?
Yeah, somewhere in Jogja.
Malioboro? Is it called Malioboro?
No, but I have been to Marlioboro, and it's a great place to shop, especially if you're looking for
Okay.
batik.
Mr. Cook, to keep the
So,
conversation going, you can ask back Bagus, so that
okay,
so that we can encourage our students to speak in English. You can
sure.
ask him back.
Bagus, what places are you familiar with in Solo?
Solo.
Yeah, have you ever been to
To
Solo?
my grandfather.
Cool, cool. What, where? So you're familiar with your grandfather's location? Did you visit famous places in Solo before?
Never.
Never.
Oh, never.
Wow. Yeah. So,
But your
and
grandfather is in Solo, Bagus.
Yes. Yes, miss.
that's really cool. On my my father-in-law's, yeah, my father-in-law's family is actually from Saragan, and that's pretty
From where?
close to Saragan.
Sergen.
Yeah,
Sragen mungkin.
Saragan.
Sragen.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sragen.
yeah.
it's
That,
Sragen.
yeah, Saragan, and that's very very close to Solo. So that's pretty neat. You know that I, the train station there is pretty famous. I've also
Oh,
I've
that's
also
a good
been
laugh.
to the there's like this what is it, like the Sultan's place in
Sultan's place.
I think it's something like a Sultan place. I forget the name of it, but
Keraton.
yeah,
Oh,
Karatan.
Kraton.
Yeah, I've been to that in Solo too, and downtown. You know, the white buildings and all that, where they want you to wear the 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 skirt and everything before you go into the structure. So all that stuff is pretty interesting, and I've also been to is it Borobudur or was it
It's
Borobudur.
Borobudur? Yes, that one. Borobudur. That's hard for me to remember to say, but I've been to that place and many of the other tourist locations around that area, and it's all very very interesting. Even I went to that location with my friend from America. So, well, my friend from America, his name is Greg. So he's this big black guy, and he's also married to my wife's friend. So we decided to go to a few of the famous places as a big group, and that was really fun.
Oh, where did you go?
Yeah. Yeah, so if y'all ever get a chance to visit any of the famous places, like you know places that Bagus, which you might be interested in, which is a good question. Bagus, what places are you interested to visit someday in Indonesia?
Bagus, you can answer that.
Please repeat, Mister.
Oh,
Ripat?
you would like to repeat. He would like
Oh,
you to repeat.
repeat. I thought you said
Yeah.
Ripat. Maybe that's a place. Yeah, Bagus, what places are you interested in visiting here in Indonesia?
What places are
Prambanan
you
Temple.
interested? Prambanan
Cool.
Temple.
I think I've been to Prambanan Temple too. I've been to so
Isn't
many
it
different
in
temples
Jogja?
Yes, in Jogja.
in Jogja. Yeah, yeah. Another place that I want to go to are some of the is a monolithic site in Bandung. Darn it! Now I forgot the name of it. That's crazy.
Bandung.
Every time I want to talk about this place, I forget the name of it. I apologize for that, but
Lembang maybe.
Is it Lembang?
Itu
Lembang.
Lembang or Bandung?
maybe it's like east of west of Bandung, maybe something like that. But anyway, I still have a few places I want to visit. It's not over for me because I love seeing ancient sites. You know, ancient sites are very inspiring to me because it tells a story about the religious habits, perhaps, but the way of life for so many people in our past in this country. So I also want to teach my son all about the history of
History.
Indonesia and the history of all the places around the world too that I all the places that I can teach anyway because there is so much information and it's it's baffling to a lot of newcomers, a lot of new students who get introduced to the topic of history. Yeah, there's so much history out there, right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much, Bagus, for your conversation. That was really nice.
Moving on,
Welcome.
we are going
Kayasha looked like who's
Kayasa. We don't
Kayasa?
have a. Oh, it's Ayas. Oh yeah, Kayasa. Surats ya. Ayas, you can ask your question, Nak.
Yes. Apa tadi pertanyaannya? I have question. Where Mr. Cook teaching?
Yeah, I teach right now at Al Azhar Rawamangun, and also at
Rawamangun.
yeah, and also at Asodria. So that's located in West Bekasi or East Jakarta, really close to East Jakarta, or somewhere around there. Also, I've already taught 4 years at Jakarta Islamic School, and alhamdulillah, and just because of the pandemic, I have had to pull back from Jakarta Islamic School because they want me to do so many videos, and I don't like to make videos on a broken computer, so I've had to give that duty to one of our more professional videographers. And so this other guy who I gave that job to, he's a pretty famous bule who has been making videos
Famous
here in
bule.
Indonesia for a long time. Yeah. So
Yeah, the thing with online teaching, teachers are demanded to make videos, but I prefer I prefer doing it online by
I do
Google Meet
too.
or Zoom
I,
session.
I
Yeah,
do too. I always prefer online rather than doing videos
video.
because with videos you never get the interaction that you're gonna have
Yeah, there's no
online.
communication going, right?
There's not, and you really can't always be reminded to stay on the level of your students. And because so many students are on so many different levels, if you can't bridge that gap between the more developed speakers of English and the less developed speakers of English, then it's going to be very challenging to communicate anything. Are we going to use a
Yeah.
complicated adjective to describe something? Or are we going to use something simple like big or small, or what color is it? What shape is it? So we have so many different options. So what a great question, Kayasa.
Yeah, you can ask her back, sir, if you would like to.
Yes, Kayasa, how old are you?
I am 10. Yes.
10 months old. Wow, that's really wonderful.
Months old? You mean years old?
Oh, years
Or you
old.
were
Okay,
joking?
you're definitely yes. So because you didn't say if it's years or month,
Oh.
I just put whatever I want in there. Oh, 10 days old. So like that. Yeah, that's my little way of joking. I
Maybe
hope.
10 minutes old.
Whoa, that's you're very fresh and brand new. Still wet behind the ear, I think, if 10 minutes old.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you
Ayas.
so much, Kayasa. You're an awesome student to talk with. I wish you good luck, and may Allah bless you on your endeavors. Cool.
Yeah,
Amin.
thank you.
Thank you. You sound like a fun person to talk with. And we have Bilkis.
Bilkis.
Has a interesting question.
Bilkis,
Bilkis,
if
would you mind asking that question for us? Unmute yourself and ask away.
this is Bilkis.
There she is. Hi, Bilkis. All right. What is your question, dear?
What are your best experience in life? Can you tell us?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those
That's an
are,
inspiring question.
they are. That's a really great question. And thank you so much for asking that question. I think having my first child is probably one of my best experiences so far. I'm very, very happy to have my first child.
Is he still sleeping?
Yeah, he's still sleeping. We can invade the room, but my wife's in there too, so I don't want y'all to see anything that you're not supposed to see. But yeah, I think my second uh, most valuable experience is probably becoming, I don't know, maybe it's a really a fight between becoming Muslim or getting married. I i think those are very equally important. We should put Allah above everything in our life, though. So I have to attribute and I give glory to Allah for giving me a wonderful and beautiful son. And he's actually
Alhamdulillah.
pretty smart too. He can already speak English and Bahasa Indonesia
Oh yeah,
very, very well,
I was
actually.
wondering what language do you, I mean, mostly that you speak to your
In our
son,
house, even
your wife.
it's quite mixed, actually. So a lot of times Tesla will mostly speak English, except when mom speaks Bahasa Indonesia to him, he listens and he can respond back in Bahasa Indonesia too. So he's such a quick learner that he's
Oh,
been able to learn Bahasa Indonesia quite well. He already knows more words than I do, and
in Indonesia.
I'm serious, yeah, and he's only 3.5. He knows more words than I do, and
Well,
it
the good thing is
blows my mind.
he will not be needing an English private tutor to catch up
Yeah, because
in
he already
class.
has one. Yeah, that's true. Because I correct him every day. I
That
correct
is
him.
that is a great demand, sir.
It is.
Some of the parents sometimes they ask me, Miss Nida, do you have private tutor recommendations, or maybe if you are interested in becoming one, and I have to turn down because I don't know,
Yeah,
tutoring is
absolutely.
hard.
It is. It's very challenging. You know what's interesting about Tesla is that he likes to be in my classes too. So he'll sit in a desk, and he's only 3.5 years old, but he'll sit in a desk and let me teach a class of teachers, for instance.
Wow.
So he's learning to become very disciplined already, and that's a really good sign, I think. He's actually not
Okay.
that distracting at all in the classroom, which is good. You know, guys, how sometimes a really young student can be very distracting, or an energetic student can be very distracting, but not
He's not.
Tesla. No, he's not too distracting. I mean, for his age, he's doing pretty good. I'm really happy. Thank God for giving me
Okay.
such a beautiful child.
I'm gonna go back to
Interesting.
Bilkis.
Rock fun. Oh, Balkis.
So
Okay, Balkis. Thank you.
Bilkis, Mr. Cook said that the most amazing experience life journey was when he had a son. Or would you like to ask back to Bilkis, sir?
Oh yeah. Bilkis, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have two brother.
Brothers.
Brother and my adik apa sih?
Sister, younger sister.
No, I don't have sister.
Oh, you have
Brother.
two younger brothers. Only two younger brothers.
No, satu saya. Aku punya satu.
Oh, you have.
Adik.
I have one younger brother.
And
two. You said, Belkis, you have two older sisters and one younger brother. Is that what you're trying to say?
Katanya Mr. Cook, Bilkis punya dua kakak perempuan. She only has one brother, one younger brother. From what I
Only
catch.
one younger brother. I see.
Actually, yeah, I teach his brother too. His name is Hanif. He's quite talkative in the class.
Oh, good. Good.
Is Hanif listening, Bilkis? Is Hanif
Oh,
listening?
did he join?
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Balkis, I want you to continue to practice speaking English with your younger brother because that can help you. So even though a lot of us are new to English in this room, we can still try to speak what we know with our friends, especially because that can help us learn better. It can reinforce the positive and the perfect pronunciations and how and what we should add a S to. Like for instance, instead of saying I have two brother, we can say I have two brothers. So we can add the S on the end. So
two brothers.
Yeah, so that's important. Or two sisters, or only one brother. Good. Thank you so much, Balkis, for your question. I really enjoyed talking with you.
Okay.
I have something
Let's
from
move on to the
Rafan.
next. Rafan, from Rafan.
Sure. Hi, Rafan.
Rafan, Mr. Cook would like to speak to you.
Hi, Rafan.
Hello.
Wow, your background image, it looks amazing, sir. It
Rafan is
does.
creative.
It makes me want to go to your house, even though your house does not look like that. So that's quite funny. Very creative, I think, Rafan. Good job, sir. What's your question today, brother?
What is difference between British English and American?
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's a different question than you wrote down on the chat, but there are a lot of differences. Like, well, let's start with science, for instance. In British English, they would say aluminum as aluminium, and in American English, they say it as aluminum. Have you ever noticed that? So there are subtle differences like that, and the British English, they spell words with OU a lot of times, like color would be spelled COLOUR instead of COLOR. Those are really minor differences, because what's really important in the English communication is that the phonetics be correct. But there are subtle differences in phonetics, actually, but because in British English, a lot of times they don't really say the ah. Instead of saying R, which we would typically say in American English, they say ah. I have a letter for you. A letter.
That's a good British accent.
Yes. So instead of saying letter, they will say letter, and they will cut it off, and you don't really hear the ah. They leave it hanging. So it's quite like a guttural stop, a glottal stop, not a guttural stop, unless you have a gut.
By the way, Mr. Cook, I'm grateful that you are American because my British English needs more practicing. I can barely understand a British. I was working, iya Bu Intan beneran deh. I was working with the British when I was in Malang.
I'm so sorry for that.
I
I'm so
had a
sorry
British
for that.
teacher, and it was I can barely understand what
Yes, they
he's
can be
saying.
very challenging to understand,
Yeah.
especially if they're from the Scots area or the Wales area.
The
They can
Scottish,
be very
yeah.
they can be very challenging to understand. So you, you're lucky that you got away with your brain intact, aren't you?
Okay.
You like Britpop music, Mr. Cook?
Yeah, Harry Potter music. Did you say?
No, Britpop, Britpop.
Oh, British pop, of
Yes,
course.
Britpop, yes.
Not Brit pop.
Bu Intan keep saying Brit
When I younger,
I don't know. It's like a TV show, Bu Intan, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of young people that like British pop, but I think what's more popular now is Korean pop, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Because it takes away the draw of trying to learn English. If you just watch their pop, you don't have to learn English anymore. Now you have to learn Korean.
Yeah,
So
correct.
so that's quite interesting. There are so many differences. So if you really want to know a bit more about Rafan, if you really want to know a bit more about how to practice British English, you can definitely search some YouTube videos, and there are some really wonderful people who have already made videos about speaking many different kinds of phrases and words in British English, and they will explain all the differences to you. There are so many differences that I can't list all of them on one session. It would be very challenging to list all the differences. Mohammed Faik, what's up with your expression? Thank you so much anyway, brother Rafan. I sure appreciate you. Where's Mohammed Faik? Do you have a question, sir?
Faik?
He has some flags beside him.
Yeah, what flags are those, Faik? Oh, Faik?
Faik itu bendera apa di belakangnya, Faik? Bendera apa di belakang Faik?
Kayaknya itu cuman virtual background.
Iya, virtual.
Oke.
I knew that.
Pantesan lihat ke belakang nggak ada apa-apa.
They were real.
Itu perhubungan, Bu, Menteri Perhubungan.
I could tell they were virtual, but they look really great behind you, though.
I couldn't tell they were virtual. I thought they were real. Okay, Faik, you can ask the question to Mr. Cook.
Hi, Mr. Cook.
Hello, Faik. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Alhamdulillah. What question do you have for us today?
Do you have a favorite song from Indonesia?
Indonesia. No, actually, I don't really have a favorite song from Indonesia. I used to like a lot of different pop bands like Vieira. That was when I was in America, though. That was a long time ago, because I thought it was really cute. But then after a while, that kind of faded away. And I really like traditional music. I like to listen to the traditional Javanese music in Indonesia. But I'm sorry about my throat. But I don't have any particular favorites that I can recall. I mean, who's that one woman that sings that song? I already forgot the name of it all, but I apologize for that.
Is it a traditional Indonesian song?
Yeah, something about coconuts or something like that. But imagine if you said the name of the Javanese song, I could probably recall it, but I would recognize it. Let me see if I can raise it. I think my laptop's just way too slow to do that. Yeah. Zoom is really sucking up all the laptop energy, I think. But yeah, I wish I could more descriptively answer that question.
Or maybe we can ask back Faik about the songs.
Yeah, Fike, what's
that
your
he
most
likes.
favorite Indonesian song?
Or maybe the band.
Or band, yeah.
Band.
Who was that? Was that woman's name Monica? I like Monica.
Agnes Monica.
Yeah, Agnes Monica. I liked some of her stuff of several years ago. And then there's Chocolate. I also like that band. There was a.
I think they like BTS or
a lot of girls do, but actually you'd be surprised that a lot of young boys still are not really into BDS. Isn't that true, Fike? You're not into BTS, are you, Fike?
Yeah.
I think he's not.
Oh, you are, huh? No.
I'm guessing if you like BTS, no, he doesn't. Sure.
No, that's.
And I
that's
hope he
the
stays that
vibe
way.
that's the vibe I get from most young boys. And the reason why girls are so attracted to it is because the guys are quite they're facially bright and symmetric, perhaps, but you know what the girls really have to understand is that they do do a lot of facial procedures and surgical procedures to make them look so symmetric and precise. So what may seem real is actually not so real, but nonetheless, the culture is still interesting. Fike, what's your most favorite type of band? Do you have a favorite band from Indonesia?
No.
No, okay. What about your favorite type of music? Do you have a favorite type of music?
Yes. Or favorite singer?
Favorite singer is Tulus.
Tulus.
Tulus. Oh, okay, cool.
Tulus is actually a word in Bahasa Indonesia, sir.
That's what I thought.
It is
familiar.
sincere. It is sincere in English. Who's that? Who's singing?
I was trying to remember that song that I was thinking about. It's not Gamelan. Yeah, it has Gamelan in the back of it. In the background
it's
music.
Gamelan.
Yeah.
Maybe Gamelan is kind of bit scary.
I don't think it's scary at all. I don't get that
Horror.
vibe. You think of it as horror? Oh my goodness, man! It's so beautiful.
Because the horror movies, they tend to use gamelan as a background, and it kind of it kind of changes.
Mean, isn't it?
No, it's not my intention. It's just they make it like they make it that way. I don't know.
All right, I think my wife would definitely know what the song I'm trying to think of it is, but she's hiding in the other room, so I'm all alone at this time. So what does anyone in here have a favorite Javanese song? What's your most favorite Javanese song? Sometimes you'll hear it in the weddings too.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Japanese song, Faik?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Saraginan. Wow, what is Saraginan? I've never heard of that.
Mr. Cook, you said that your wife was hiding. I would like to meet her though.
All right. Let me bombard her and see what we can accomplish here.
Bombard her.
Let's bombard her. Assalamualaikum. She's not dressed appropriately. Hey, but if you would like to see Tesla, here's Tesla.
Tesla.
Hi, Tesla. There's the
Sleeping
light.
peacefully. Let me take a screenshot if that's okay.
Assalamualaikum. Oh, I'm sorry, Tesla. Oh, he's on my cable now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tesla.
Ah, there you go. There he is. Hi. That's like fighting the demon, isn't it? Good morning. You missed school, Tesla. Did you forget about school this morning?
It's okay, sir, if you
He said,
didn't want to talk.
He forgot about school this morning.
I mean, it's weekend.
Wow, so many. There's only 78 people. There's only 78 people here, sweetheart. Can you put a hijab on your head? Please, right quick. No, hijab. Put a hijab on yourself. Maybe we can show everyone. See? Yay!
She doesn't want to. It's okay, sir.
Yeah, she's so shy. Oh my goodness. I don't blame her though. Now she's getting angry.
Why would she be shy? I mean, we're all Indonesians.
Put it on, hurry. Don't argue with me. No, she's really a beautiful woman. If I didn't think she wasn't beautiful, I wouldn't have married her. There we go. Just cover your arms with the sheet.
Can we call her it's Mrs. Cook then?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
It's Mrs. Cook then. What do we call her?
What name do you prefer to be called? Are you my lovely wife? Are you? She's still preparing herself, so.
Okay, it's okay.
What name do you prefer, sweetheart? Ibu Ayu is okay, I think, right? Ibu Ayu?
Ibu Ayu.
Yeah. Good morning, Tesla. No, it's not good morning. All right. Good morning,
I can see
Tesla.
that he has a Tayo pillow.
Yes, he has a Tayo pillow.
Rogi. Gani.
A Tayo. He's a friendly little bus. Speaking up, slowing down. Ding ding dong. Ding ding dong. Ding ding dong.
Oh, I can imagine you being a kindergarten teacher.
Yay! All right. Don't worry, I'm not zoomed out. Hi.
Oh, is that Ibu Ayu?
Yeah, she cannot hear you. Look. Maybe she can hear you.
Assalamualaikum Bu Ayu.
Hello.
Waalaikumsalam. Sehat ya Bu?
Iya, sehat juga.
Saya
Apa kabar, Bu?
Nida. Alhamdulillah sehat. Ini lagi English Talk dengan SDIT Asada, ada 78 siswa. Anak-anak bisa say hi dengan istrinya Mr. Cook.
Hai.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hai.
Senyum terus ada kalau.
All right.
Okay.
So, good to see you. And there she is, teacher Nida.
Okay, this is Teacher Nida.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Teacher Nida.
Nice to meet you, Ibu Ayu.
Yeah.
Sehat-sehat ya, Miss Nida.
Alhamdulillah, amin.
What's the name of one of my most favorite Javanese songs that go?
Perahu layar.
Yeah, Tahu.
Perahu layar.
Perahu layar. I often get it confused with
Perahu
Tahu.
layar, it's a song?
Yeah, yeah, because I was thinking Tahu.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Everybody's heard of it. Mostly in the wedding or something like that. You know.
There's a lot of
Can you
people.
sing that too?
No.
She doesn't want to sing it for us.
No.
Something like that. I don't know. How does it go?
No.
Yeah, she doesn't want to sing it for me. I think she's afraid I'll ruin it, maybe. Or maybe you're afraid you'll ruin it. Which is it? Oh, she said she's afraid she'll ruin it, not me.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Tesla, what's your favorite song? Do you know what your favorite song is? Tesla? Oh,
Maybe he's answering in his dream.
again. Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to take him bicycle riding later on today, I'm afraid, and for a couple of hours because he's gonna be so full of energy from sleeping so much. Wow. Wow, Rihanna, is that your car? That's a cool car. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ibu Ayu.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow, Riandi has a pretty cool photo, right, Riandi?
Riandi. Oh, Riandi is
Rizy.
He's crazy, you said? Or did you say he's amazing?
Yeah, I think it's a virtual background, or maybe it's like his vicious car.
Absolutely, it's virtual. Well, awesome.
All right, let's back to the question here. Anak-anakku, if you'd like to... Oh, it's 10 p.m. already, 10
Yeah,
a.m.
there
already.
are so many questions too. What is this Discord thing that Gozi put on the chat anyway? What's that about? And then Gozi has a question still. Gozi, what's your question? Where's brother Gozi at? Gozi. Gozi's cozy. All right, brother Gozi, where are you? We're switching video. Hi, teacher Denny. I can see teacher Denny now. Alhamdulillah.
Pak Denny tuh disapa.
So many guys in here and women in here. Hi, teacher Henri. She's so beautiful. Yes.
Oh, ini Ibu Andri katanya beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. There are some cameras that are not on. Maybe Gozi was. Gozi? Yes.
I want to tell you how you feel in Jakarta.
I feel really wonderful in Jakarta. So even though I'm not in Jakarta, I'm actually living in Tambun, Bekasi right now. But whenever I do go to Jakarta, I feel pretty good most of the time. I got to tell you this story. Can I tell everyone this story right quick?
Of course.
Gozi? Yeah. So you wouldn't believe what happened the other day. So the other day, I locked my keys in my Blazer, my mobile, my car, right? So after I locked my keys in my car, of course, we didn't ever make an extra key, but inshallah, maybe someday we will cut a new key for it so I can have a spare key. So I had to call the wife, okay, had to call IU and then ask her to bring a battery so that I could pop the rear gate and open the truck like that because I could access the cable that can open the rear gate for the truck. But it was starting to get dark. It was already after 5 p.m. and the light was really dim, and I had to crawl underneath the truck to reach up and then attach the cable together so that I could pop the solenoid actuator and make the gate open. And then my phone kept falling off of my chest while I was trying to do that. So I just set it up into the framework of the Blazer so it can shine the light up into the area that I wanted to work. And then after I popped the trunk, alhamdulillah, I put my cables in the motorcycle that that IU brought to the location. I was just at a convenience store, not too far away from home, about 20 minutes away from home, actually. So we left the convenience store, and then when I got home, of course, IU had some other errands to run. And when I got home, I realized I didn't have my phone on me. Oh my goodness, my
Because
phone
you
is
put it
gone.
on.
Astaghfirullahalazim. Oh my gosh. Because I put it under on the framework of the truck. So I realized that, and so I immediately went to Google phone finder, okay, and then I logged in, and then I selected my Samsung S7 phone. I know it's not a new phone, but they're still expensive. You know that, guys. Even if you have an old phone, uh, they can be expensive to replace if you have to do it unexpectedly like that.
Yeah.
And so, alhamdulillah, I went to the phone finder, and I found that it was in another residential area where sometimes I take my wife and son to swim. And so I told my wife when she arrived, like 45 minutes later, and then she left, and then she called him. She called the guy who picked up my phone, and he
Mm-hmm.
answered, and she went directly to his house and picked up my phone, and that
And
was
she got
really
it.
cool. I was like, alhamdulillah, yeah. So there are some honest people here in Indonesia, and I've had that happen more than one time. I mean, like one time there was some money that fell out of my pocket when I was in Pasar Minggu. Like, it wasn't very much money, like
Pasar
maybe,
Minggu.
yeah, Pasar Mingo, and I was at the market in the street, just shopping like usual, and there was a man behind me. He said he saw something fall, the money fall, and he he had picked it up and then gave it back to me, and he did not open it or nothing like that. He just gave it back. He said, "Excuse me, this fell from your pocket, I believe." And I looked at it and I checked my pocket and I said, "Oh yeah, thank you so much, sir. Alhamdulillah, you're so awesome. Wow." That is one thing that I love about Indonesians, because in America, that's actually getting more difficult to find every year. It's getting really challenging to find honest people in America. You can still find people like that, but it's just really wonderful when when you get blessed with a situation like that. So that's a really positive thing for me.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, and
There are some honest people here still.
yeah, and that's really, of course, Ishak, you can go to the toilet. Can Ishak go to the toilet? I don't know. Does he have legs?
No, I mean he was being like polite to us first. Go ahead, Ishak.
Yeah, yeah. So guys, I like to use the word may for permission and
Oh,
can for capability, because we know you can go to the toilet. I mean, you've been doing this since you're 3 or 4
because
or
he has
5 years
legs.
old,
You
because you have legs, and
legs.
because you have hands, and some of us don't have hands, and that's okay, because if as long as you're capable of doing it, that means you can do it, right? As long as you're capable of it, you can do
But
it.
if
And
you want to ask for permission, we use
may I go to the toilet, please?
may.
Yeah, so that's how we would do that. And I really
May
love to
I?
emphasize that, because it's very important to understand the difference in those two
Yeah.
communications. So good, Ishak. It's okay
Mm,
using
thank
you
you,
use
sir.
the
That's a
translator.
good lesson for us.
It is actually, the issue with using a translator too is that we can become overly dependent or reliant upon the Google Translate or any other translator. And because if we are over reliant on the translator, then we are less likely to learn the word for ourselves by practice. So one of the best ways that I like to use is I like to carry a notebook when I'm learning Bahasa Indonesia, and you guys can do this too. Carry a notebook, which is like a pack of notes or something like that. Uh, and what you can do whenever you hear a certain word that you're unfamiliar with, you try to write that word down, and whichever way you can spell it, like for instance, if I want to learn about the word conjunction, so I would write conjunction down on my paper, and then when I get a moment to uh, a brief moment, then I can look that word up online, and it will immediately show me the common definition for it, and then I can quickly jot down on my paper the definition. You know, if you want to break con means with, junction means to come together. So, and it's an adjective because it has the ION on it. So we can immediately, us teachers can probably recognize that
Yeah.
it's an adjective, but what we have to realize is its use. So we may want to write a brief definition, 3 words. Try to keep it in under 5 words, really. To come together. So to come together in words. So if you want to write some more clues down, to come together in words. So make your words come together. You can also have conjunctive phrases as well. So that means one thing is going to affect the next thing as well. So you're going to have a conjunctive clause then. So anyway, that's my best advice for it's to use paper. Actually, I know it may hurt some trees, but use recycled paper if you're environmentally concerned. Then I think that'll be
I
much
am.
better.
Yeah. But the thing
Absolutely.
is, with the elementary school students, I haven't really taught them about the conjunctions. The furthest I go was using because and other easy conjunctions, I'd say.
Yeah, I
All
think
right, so
the most simple thing to do with conjunction is to learn about how to join words together, like am not, or will not, and is won't, you know, or she will. So we can learn how to make simple conjunctions using the apostrophe, and that's a really simple way that we can start, and it's really easy and anyone can do it. And guys, if y'all can learn how to make conjunctions uh, out of a few words, especially in common speak, then it's going to take you a long way in becoming a smooth English speaker. So so
okay.
if so like in the next hour, if you're going to have lunch, and you might say something like, I am going to have lunch at 11 o'clock. So instead of saying, I am going to have lunch, you can literally say, I plan to have lunch, or I'm going to have lunch. I'm going to
I'm
have
going
lunch.
to have
Yes,
lunch.
so you can make
Oh,
it
that
so
was
simple.
we learned about that in the 6th grade here.
Oh,
I'm
good.
going to. It was about simple future tense using going
Uh-huh.
to.
Yeah,
Or
that's
will.
the future tense, exactly. With a lot of future tenses, we have a great
Okay.
opportunity to use conjunctions as well. It can make your English sound really smooth.
Okay, Mr. Cook, actually, the time has come to an end, sadly, but
Oh,
here,
so soon.
oh no, so soon. Maybe we're gonna do it in part 2 with the other students, with the other grades,
Okay.
if we have the
Okay.
time. Maybe Bu Intan and I will plan it about it later. So, Mr. Cook, to end the session here, do you have a quick message for the students? Maybe regarding the reading, the English, and they are
Sure.
preparing. Also, they are preparing for the what do I say? The registration for the junior high school students. So maybe you can give like a motivation for them.
Sure. I would say the biggest motivation, guys, is never be afraid to speak. Never be afraid to talk. So what we have to do to work past that is daily practice. If we can practice, look in the mirror, even in the bathroom or when you're taking a shower, you can repeat phrases that you know very well, like Alhamdulillah, I feel good today, or today is going to be a great day, or I am so happy to meet you, or I'm very excited to meet you. How are you doing? So if you can learn to ask those few questions, it can take you very, very far, guys. And what happens when you're able to ask questions? Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get answers, and hopefully those answers will be on the same level of speaking that you are on. But if they are not, never be afraid to say, I'm sorry, could you repeat that a little more slowly? My
I'm sorry, could
English
you
is
repeat that? Yeah.
my English comprehension is really not that good. So even if you learn a big word like comprehension, they're going to be like, wow,
What's
you've
that?
already been practicing English. So
Ah.
you could also say, my English understanding is not very good. Uh, could you repeat that question, please? So never be afraid to ask to repeat a question, and always practice. Practice every day with yourself, number one, and number two, with your brother or sister, no matter what age they are, even if they are a tiny baby, you can practice English with them. How do we do that? Oh my God, it's just a baby, right? Not really. That's a life form there. That's your sibling. So, what you can do is you can practice the alphabet in English, and you know how that goes, right? A, B, C, D, and you can sing the song with it too. Never be afraid to
Okay.
practice that, guys, because it's really different than how to pronounce it in Bahasa Indonesia. The more you practice that, the more confident you're going to become when you realize that you're doing it correctly. So, if for more advanced students, if you would like to use a recorder to record yourself talking and then play that back and then write it down. Also, guys, you can use a transcriptor too, for if you guys are
Transcriptor?
really, yeah, it's a transcriptor application on your phone, and it can actually transcribe or put into text your words or other people's words. And if you want to research about the meaning of those words and that the form of grammar or the form of phraseology that they're using, you can take those phrases or those words or those questions, copy them, and then put them in your Google search or DuckDuckGo search, and you can immediately find answers. So it just takes a lot of willingness, and we can teach ourselves, guys. We cannot rely,
We can
obviously,
teach
on
ourselves.
government to teach us anymore. We have to rely on ourselves and be disciplined. That's how we're going to learn it. It's no one else's fault either. We have to do it ourselves. So it's very challenging, but we have to start somewhere, and it starts by asking questions. So guys, I hope you can take that advice and run with it, because the world is yours.
Amin.
You just have to know how to communicate with it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cook. We are so delighted to have you. We are so glad, and it is my honor to get to know you, Mr.
Kind of
Cook.
you.
And our principal in the beginning, she said that with language you can go anywhere. Actually, it's with languages you can go anywhere. Your home anywhere.
That is very, very true. What y'all guys have to realize in Indonesia too is that with only one language, you're very closed off to the world. So it's kind of like if you had a wall around your country and you don't really know what's going on outside of that wall. But once you guys learn how to communicate in English and practice it every day, you're going to be amazed about all of the different things you can learn in English. And so I hope y'all guys can learn a lot about technology too. There's going to be so much opportunity in the future for English speakers, particularly with Tesla Motor Company, for example. There is so much production and engineering that needs to go into that company. You know, perhaps someday you want to work for a company like SpaceX, you know, who want to do extraordinary things like travel to Mars and stuff. They're going to be able to do that, guys. They're going to do it. And if you're going to go along with it, go along for the ride and let it be part of your life. It can be a very enjoyable experience and rewarding experience too.
All right. Yeah. All right, everyone. My sixth graders, my fellow teachers, and Mr. Cook, we are going to end the session for today. But before that, Mr. Cook, would you mind to share your social media or your phone number so we can catch up, or we can, I don't know, if the students would like to uh, catch up on you?
Oh,
Do you
sure.
know?
Yeah, you can
Like,
always
do you
check
have an
out
Instagram?
the Instagram at PRIAAMORESMO 73. Once you type that into IG, then you are going to see that cookand.
It's
Okay.
Priya,
Oh, it's okay,
Pri.
Balkis. Yeah, yeah, you didn't make any mistakes in English that I could tell. So thank you so much, Balkis, for your participation today. I really enjoyed talking with you and Bagus and Gozi and
Rafan, Faid,
yeah, Rafan, Fahmi,
who
yes.
else? All right,
Was it
so Mr.
Hilmi,
Cooks.
Riandi? So many guys in here and girls. Oh, and
All
the
right,
first
so
one.
Mr. Cook's Instagram is AMT73.
That's right.
They will
That's
follow
right.
you. I will
Yes.
follow you too.
Cool. Thank you
I
so
follow them.
much.
Okay. All right, everyone. So there were so many things that we talked today with Mr. Cook. We talked about food. We talked about his family. We talked about English and the education, and we also talked about the university in America with Farrell in the beginning. And then we also talked about Islam with Intan today, yeah, and how you convert to Islam. All right. I hope everyone is staying healthy and doing fine. Let's say Hamdalah and Kafaratul Majlis together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Amin.
Subhanakallahumma
Allahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu alla ilaha illa
All right. Before we leave, guys,
Wow.
let's take a screenshot together. I need
Great.
everyone to
Yes.
turn on the camera and let's take a screenshot. For the host, for Mr. Yusuf, could you take the screenshot for us? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are good poses, Mr. Cook. All right, thank you everyone. I will give the podium back to Bu Andri. Bu Andri was the one who opened the event. Bu Andri,
Thank you
silakan.
so much, Teacher Nida. It's been very
Yeah.
awesome to meet you and every one of
You
one
too,
of the
sir.
teachers.
Thank you, Mr.
Y'all
Cook.
guys are
Oke,
amazing.
thank you very much, Mr. Cook.
Yes, ma'am.
Ya, alhamdulillahirobbilalamin, kita sudah menyelesaikan acara ini ya. Mudah-mudahan apa yang disampaikan tadi pesan dari Mr. Cook ya, Bu Andri garis bawahi sih tadi, don't be afraid to practice ya, Mr. Nida ya. Iya, jadi jangan
Exactly
takut
right.
untuk mencoba berlatih ya. Oke, baik. Sebelumnya kita umumkan dulu nih, Miss Nida ya, ada reward untuk anak-anak yang tadi sudah berani untuk bicara gitu ya. Semuanya sebenarnya hebat ya, semuanya sebenarnya aktif gitu. Cuma kita memang hanya 6 saja yang kita ambil ya. Jadi siapa saja Bu Debi, anak-anak yang teraktif?
Izin menginformasikan ya, mau kita bagi 2 apa gimana Bu Andri? Apa semua saya yang
Langsung
membacakan?
aja Bu Debi.
Baik. Dari beberapa dipilih yang paling ini ya, paling aktif dari awal sampai dengan akhir acara. Sebelumnya thank you so much Mr. Cook for everything. Baik, 6 terbaiknya adalah Ananda Akela, Bagus, Rafan, Farel, Ayas, dan Bilkis ya. Insya Allah nanti akan dihubungi lagi untuk pengambilan rewardnya ya, anak-anak ya. Demikian Bu Andri, dikembalikan ke Bu Andri.
Ya. Baik, terima kasih Bu Debi. Ya nanti pengumuman reward akan kita informasikan kembali kapan bisa diambilnya ya. Jadi baik, kita sudahi saja acara ini. Mudah-mudahan dari acara ini ada yang bisa kita ambil, kemudian kita lebih termotivasi lagi untuk dapat bisa berbicara bahasa Inggris ya.
Amin.
Baik, kita akhiri dengan membaca hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirobbilalamin.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Thank you guys. May Allah bless you all. Bye guys.
Terima kasih. Thank you, Mr. Cook. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Y'all are so awesome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Great weekend, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right. Yay.
All right, everyone.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Arigato.
Okay.
Bisa izin live ya, Assalamualaikum.
Boleh live kan? Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum.
Apa gimana?
Leaving now. Bye.
Terima kasih. Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Terima kasih kembali.
Thank you semuanya.
Sama-sama. You're welcome.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih atas partisipasinya ya anak-anak semuanya.
Antusiasnya juga lumayan ramai ya, Bu. Alhamdulillah.
Ya, banyak yang mau nanya itu di chat ya. Cuman nggak bisa kepilih semua.
Miss Nida, coba ceritain tadi percakapannya bagaimana, Miss?
Saya